Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Scrap Time Show. I am here with Vexels as always. Vex, how are we doing today?
What's up, bro? Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
It's been a mad
Long,
week.
long, long day.
Long
Mad
day.
week. Long day, but we're here, bro. Here for
Yeah,
it.
here for it, man. Here ready to go. It's been I'm sure all you guys know everything going on with the flank lately, all the New York stuff, and then all the other rosters dropping people, releasing people, rumored rosters being picked up. So today's show is strictly focused on Rostermania, Vex, aren't we? And we're gonna dive into all the teams.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to talk about, bro.
Yeah, sweet. And it should be anyone listening after the fact, guys, on YouTube. It should be about a 30-minute show. We'll get through it quite quickly. And all you guys in the stream, I appreciate you guys tuning on in as well. So yeah, we're gonna have more of these because next week I'm sure we'll know even more. But for now, we still have a lot to get through. So
Mhm.
we have a lot. I think we're gonna start with some of the crim stuff. So let me just jump over to our VOD screen. All right, beautiful stuff. Yeah, so crib. Basically, as the story goes, he's released from New York. All the drama's going on there. I'm sure you guys heard about Hydra, and Hydra's been offered now that potentially 1.5 million contract over 3 years. That's rumored. And Krim, he's been dropped on his forehead. Vex, what are you? Any initial thoughts before I roll this clip of Krim talking about potentially retiring here?
Yeah, I mean he's gone a bit rogue, hasn't he? Recently,
Yeah, I mean,
he's he's saying a lot.
he
I'm
gave
here
away
for
his
it though.
contract and everything. 380K, and he said he was underpaid.
300, yeah, 300.
Underpaid?
But I know, but Method said he was one of the top five most played players in the league. So I don't know. I think it was a bit fugazi what he's saying there, but play the clip in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll play the clip. Give me 2 seconds, actually. I just realized I got to... Do. I just had to move your cam over a tad bit. Yeah, you're looking absolutely beautiful. Shout out to Mark in the chat as well, giving us some premium gas. All right, let's roll the clip here.
And fucking sucks to say, right? Sucks to say. But, ladies and gentlemen, this ain't official by any means. Alright. But my fucking plane days, it's looking slim. It's looking slow, boys.
Yeah, so you can get the gist of it there. He was streaming. I think this is from last night, right, Vex? This clip that you
Yeah,
sent
yeah,
me?
last night, yeah.
Yeah, last night. He was doing a live stream. Obviously, had his chat talking to him. And to be fair, if you look at Krim, I mean, the amount of bridges he's burned in the last, like, 3 years alone since the CDL started. Like, the
I
pool
know.
of players he can even team with now is it's just so little.
Yeah, well, he's saying the only chance he's got is with Big Wake, but he had a bit of a fallout with him, didn't he? I think it was last year.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can think of probably, if you look at every roster, you could probably, you could probably think of someone he wouldn't get on. In terms of teams, you could even, and people were saying LAG, but then you have like Neptune over there, you have Slasher over
Yeah,
there. Slasher
yeah,
and Krim on the same team as well, you got to question that. Could be a similar like Clay Krim situation.
yeah. I mean,
So,
we'll go through all the teams and look at what changes we think could be made and stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, man, he's not in a great position. But can we really see Krim retiring? I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's surely fine somewhere, even fucking
That's what I
Paris
mean.
or something.
Yeah, like even his social power brings a lot to a team in it, not just his gun skill.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah, his presence alone, like follower wise and entertainment wise, I'd be shocked if he didn't get picked up. But
yeah, I mean, I don't think Paris will take him because he'll want too much. Paris literally won't be able to afford him. Um,
well, if he has no other option, he,
maybe.
that's what everyone's saying with Clayster too. At Paris, if they have no other team, they're going to go from making almost 400K a year to 55. So, but like,
Yeah,
what?
I know.
It's their only option. And
But
what?
then they're in the league. Is 55 is better than nothing. They're not going to get anything in challenges, are they? So
Yeah, exactly, facts. But moving on, so you want to go team by team, Vex? I think that's kind of how we have it set up here.
yeah,
But
I
just
mean, we can start with Mutineers though, just with
yeah,
this announcement.
we have the mutineers up here, but actually, real quick, the clip after that, it just kind of relates to what we're talking about, the New York Hydra situation. It's just
Yeah,
a clip from the flank that you sent me. So yeah, this is the whole Skies Hydra thing. I'm just gonna play the clip if you guys haven't seen it already, or refresh your memories if you have. And yeah, Skies and Hydra, they could be teaming up. Let's have a
And
listen.
Porty, do you know what New York wants to do with the roster? Do you know who they're interested in and who they're going for?
I mean, dude, it's
Oh, I know. I knew right before the event.
Who is it? Who is it?
Dude,
I got told right before the event.
like before.
Who is
Oh,
it?
bro, before New
Bro,
York.
Paul was pissed
Paul
about everything
told
that
me
happened.
Before Major 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who is
Shit,
it though? Who is it?
Damn.
I mean, can I even say that? Like,
Yeah, why not?
you
It's up to you whether you want to leak
No, here,
things.
Paul. Just put it in the chat, and I'll say it. That'll cover your bases.
Yeah, go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
I think Zuma says
I ain't
so.
got nothing to lose. You know that.
He put it in the chat.
Yeah, I think someone put it in the
Okay.
chat and then
Yeah,
Taco
Paul
and
put it
Skies.
in. Yeah, and
Paul
then
put it in the chat.
Hey, Aches is weird though. Aches is like, let me say it, and then it's in the chat, and Aches won't say it, and then Zuma says it. So, I don't know. Yeah, so, I mean, Skies and Hydra, what do you think of that, Vex?
I don't know, bro. I
You don't
know.
like it? You don't like it?
I mean, they've been playing Valve together a lot, so
Well, yeah,
They
there was
might
that
have
whole
that-
drama too the week before Champs,
Yeah.
Hydra playing Val instead of COD, but
I mean, the guys Hydra's coming across like a bit of an idiot, to be honest.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, sure, you have to put down a different like you have if you've got champs in a week, you have to be grinding that COD.
And he
Or
went
that
on
game.
like when he went on the flank himself, he literally even admitted, like if a player admits they didn't try that much,
Crazy.
whatever they're admitting is like probably like 20% of how actually like bad it was. Like if
Yeah.
if it must have been so bad that he'd actually admit it, imagine how bad it actually was.
Bro, you can't be playing a different game a week before champs. You can't.
I mean, and you can't.
It's like
yeah.
he doesn't know what position is it. Bro, so many people would love to be in his position, and I feel like he's just
Yeah.
taking it for granted way too much. Like the guy's on. He was on 150k this year, being 18,
Yeah.
and now he's rumored to be on 500,000 next year.
I mean, it's a rumor, but I mean, you have to imagine it's going to happen because if New York lose Hydra, what are they left with? Kismet as their only like guaranteed signed player, so they're going to
Yeah.
probably just have to give it to him. And
Yeah, and it's a 3-year contract as well.
yep, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, we'll probably get back to New York a little bit later on. But yeah, you want to start off with this Mutineers one Vex you were saying? So
Yeah, so they've dropped everyone, but Dav Paddy, and I think.
Yo,
That's
Dav Paddy's
because-
about to fucking run the league, bro.
Well, I think that's because he was the last person to join, so his contract. I don't think
He's
it was,
probably on the minimum too.
Yeah, I don't think it run out yet. I think it still needs to run out.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, they could also just keep him like. They might.
So
just...
they could renew him, when they've got a team together, or they could just drop him when.
I mean, if you get the right 3 players around him, he can be decent. And to be fair, if maybe they're looking to just pick up 3 challenger other challenger players or like low tier pro players right now.
maybe.
And get 4 players on the minimum, and Dav Paddy would know most of the challenger guys.
Yeah.
So that could be a route they're going
Mutineers,
down.
I mean, Mutineers aren't the sort of team to pick up like the star players, are they?
No.
They are like
Well,
a mid-range team, so
they
I can't see
had-
them spending the budget on like star players.
Yeah, they never spend massive, but they had 2 of the biggest superstars in Skies and Wake, and they just They made nothing out of it. Like
Yeah, but Skies and Wait, are they really superstars?
they're like
I'd say they're mid.
No, they're at least B plus all year round, like stats wise.
Okay.
At least stats wise, especially Wake.
I just feel like
in terms
they
of
never-
winning mentality, then no, yeah, I agree with you.
They never have a team that's like. You think, oh yeah, that team's got a chance at beating FaZe, OpTic.
No, they might just like
You know.
they'll randomly win a series here and there, but
It's like a top 6 team
Yeah.
at best.
and actually, Mark said
Yeah.
in the chat, Capsidal might go there. That would. I actually that sounds, especially if Dav Paddy stays, I could see that being a.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cap back in the league. I think he's
He's definitely
got a
good.
lot more
He's
to prove.
definitely good enough.
Yeah, 100%.
So that'd be interesting. I mean, but to be fair though, if you have Dav, Paddy, and Capsule as your 2 people, like you're gonna struggle to crack top 8 most of the time. Like you might get top 8 here and like on average, but like cracking top 8 with, I couldn't see 2 players you'd add to that. That would
No.
make them like a consistent top 4 team.
I mean, imagine chucking Crim in there. It just wouldn't work, would it?
No, Dav, Paddy, and Grim, bro, they'd lose their.
Yeah,
Grim would
like,
lose his mind.
It
Dav
just
Paddy
look
would
his
move.
left and see Dav Paddy be like,
Yeah,
he would actually lose full.
No, he'd lose
Um,
composure. So yeah, that's something we have to keep an eye on. Obviously, Wake and Sky's contracts are up. They didn't extend Major Yee's and 2 Reels, so Mutineers, we're gonna have to keep our eyes posted on those boys, but for now, it's just a big question mark basically.
Yeah.
Cap needs to be with Attach. Says Gunnar. That could be a good duo. Cap and Attach.
You can see that.
Then we have FaZe up next. I don't think there's much to talk about here. They've extended everyone on the team. I assume they're all probably on 400k plus. And Pristini's going to be a free agent. I think they just have him as a free agent to see if he can get a spot, and then they'll just sign him as a sub when they have to sign him as a sub. So
Yeah.
FaZe, I don't think there's anything to talk about. There's nothing to change, no one to upgrade. You just gotta hope you're more consistent and actually able to close out in the next year.
Yeah, they've been the most consistent team over the last
Since
two
the CDL
years?
started.
2-3 years since it's
Yep.
MW. So
Yeah.
you can't make a change. You literally can't.
There's no
When the-
upgrades to make. I mean, you could make
No.
a claim for Arcides, but like not really. The only reason Arcides isn't dropping bigger numbers is because of his teammates.
I mean, until Major 4, they were probably the best team in Vanguard on average.
I mean, in my opinion, if I had to pick the best team, like all year, it's FaZe. Like in terms of the entire year from start to finish.
I think you have to say the best Vanguard team is LA because
No,
obviously
yeah,
they-
I agree with that. The best Vanguard team, but the most like.
Oh, the best team overall over the 3 years.
No, I was saying from the start to finish, like from kickoff to champs.
Okay.
The
yeah,
best
okay.
like team in terms of
Be-
season.
Best on average. Best on average.
Best on average. But yeah, anyways, FaZe is FaZe. Not much to talk about there. We can move on to the next team.
And the players and
No,
the
go ahead.
players are on such a large salary, and
Yeah,
they're
they're
repping FaZe. So
to get
you
them
don't want
out.
to leave.
Yeah,
You
to
literally
leave.
don't want to leave.
To leave that team, they'd have to have $1 million plus a year in contract because of how much they make off
Yeah.
prize winning as well.
It'd be like an OpTic contract or like a
Yeah.
like a
That's
million
about it.
plus.
And Mark
Yeah.
said Prolu, Dav Paddy, and Capsule.
Yeah, Prolute needs to get on a team though.
He
He's
does.
mad.
I mean, that could be a trio, but at the same time, Mark, like I'd like to see that team play, but they're just lacking like someone like reliable and someone like you're gonna get like a good performance out of consistently. So I mean, I could see that trio with a good fourth getting maybe like a top 4 at like 1 or 2 events, but aside from that,
Bance maybe.
Bance. I'll get to
No.
Bance in a bit, man. Everyone's. I feel like London is gonna be his home for sure.
I was saying Prolute, Dave, Cat, Bance might bring a bit of age to the team, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the type of force you'd need. You'd need like a guy
yeah.
with like
You need like an experience.
Yeah, but then moving over to Boston, kind of speaking about a team with that might need a little bit more experience. You got Nero and Vivid. They've been extended. That's going to be their sub duo. Vivid is obviously a little bit more known, very good player. Nero, we don't really know his full potential yet. He's definitely could be one of the best players in the league. And Zinni has the game launch extended, so 2 weeks into the game, they can decide what to do. So basically mid-November. That basically means, I think, that Zinni, they want to get a better AR if they can. And if they can't, they'll just keep methods.
Bro, I think they'll keep methods either way. He brings so much to the team.
But the only reason that they would have, he does bring a shit ton in terms of content as well and mentality, and he's pretty he's consistent. But they wouldn't have game launch extended unless they were looking for an upgrade.
True.
So they have to.
They would just option extended, wouldn't they?
But who would
if they
they get? Like Clay? You have to think because Clay would have a
Crim?
bigger. Clay, Crim. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, Method's
Wake?
job could get Wake. Oh, imagine Wake and Nero and Vivid on the same
Wait,
team.
Nero, Vivid.
You could have Methods on that team too, though. Because
Yeah, they could pick up Wake instead of TJ, couldn't they?
yeah, exactly, and hope it's a 2 AR minimum
Yeah.
for most.
I think it will be. I think it will be, to be honest.
If it's anything like 2019, yeah.
Yeah.
So and then TJ obviously and Cap are free agents. TJ, I think the best he'll get is a sub spot in my opinion. I mean,
it just didn't. It didn't do great this year, did he? It didn't really
he's
make
been
a
the
name for
same
himself.
the last few years. Ever since World War II, I just feel like he's been like a C tier player.
He's not like the low bunch of the players. Like definitely not, but he's definitely not.
Like
high
yeah,
range.
but
So,
you'd
I
rather
don't
take a
know.
risk on someone like who's you don't know as much about, because TJ's a known quantity. You know, we know what we're gonna get out of him, and it's nothing like crazy.
He's
like
he's not
crazy.
gonna make those crazy plays.
No. Definitely not. And then Cap, we might see him get to a team. At the minimum, I think he'll get a sub spot somewhere. But no, maybe just bring Doug up. Just 3 subs up front, Nero, Vivid, and Doug.
No, I can tell you now that is never gonna happen. Poor Doug.
Yeah, Gunnar said in the chat, Bance and Cap would be a deadly sub duo. They could be a good sub duo for sure. Bance and Cap.
Yeah, that could work.
So then Thieves, another team's kind of similar to FaZe. Everyone's options gets extended. Their sub is put as a free agent, but again, they could just sign him again at the end. There's not really a change you can make here. If you go off CH4 and Champ's performance,
Yeah.
I literally, if you gave me an option to change someone, I think some people would say Draza just because of his kind of the community opinion on him. But for me, I wouldn't change a single thing. Just make sure Kenny isn't allowed to touch an AR.
Yeah.
And then that's
Well,
it.
how did these guys play in MW? Because I didn't really watch it. I wasn't really in the.
Kenny
the
ran
scene
an
then.
AR, I think.
Yeah, I know he ran an AR because he's been doing it for the last 3 years. But
Octane was
how-
stuck on Seattle Surge, but he was good. But yeah, the team was shit.
right.
And Draza was good, and Envoy was 5v5. Envoy was unreal. But it's gonna be 4v4 this year. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I think they're gonna be a top 4 team, for sure.
I think it'll be same again. I think the start of the game they'll
Be kind of underwhelming.
be a bit slow.
Almost
and
the
then-
opposite of OpTic. They start slow and then
Yeah, start slow and then
Yeah.
they'll pick it up and get grabs of the game. stuff like that.
I agree. That could be it. So yeah, Thieves had a great year. Obviously, no changes can be made there, and hopefully they'll be looking good going into next year. And then LAG. So this is for me, this is probably the most surprising out of all of them. You got Spart, Slasher, Asim, Hook, and Neptune. Everyone's options been extended.
Yeah, that's weird to me. That's very weird. to me.
What they're gonna do is probably at least sell one person. But the weird thing for me is they didn't extend Gunless. They must have had Gunless on a high contract not to extend him, because the idea if you extend them, you can like sell them on and you'll make profit over like the salary you give them for the extra 2 months. So I'm thinking they didn't have faith Gunless would get a good offer and he was on high salary. That's the
I mean,
only.
Gunless had a big name in the scene, didn't he? So I imagine he was on a big salary.
Yeah, I'd say at least like 2 something, maybe 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they have some great names here. Like Slasher, he's going to be on the roster for sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to see Hook not being on it.
Yeah.
Just because it's
Well,
Hook.
saying, and he won 2019 champs, so
Yeah, it's hard not to see him on it. So you got Slasher,
it
Hook,
could be nasty.
and then, I mean, you can just fucking... I mean, you can
Just mess around with him. Just
I mean,
test him.
Spart's going to be on the minimum from the contract
Yeah.
from this year because they picked him up just off of Challengers. Asim probably on nothing crazy. Neptune definitely not on anything crazy because he had no spot. He was also
Yeah.
on Challengers. So they're paying minimum for possibly premium tier players. So honestly, LAG, I mean, and LAG are rich as fuck. I'm not sure if you knew the owners are like billionaires. Of LAG. They're like.
I didn't know that. No,
No, yeah, the owners they had money. They have like some of the most money in the league.
I know. Minnesota Rocker have a guy called Gary V back in it, and he's got one of the largest marketing firms in the world.
Oh, okay, so that guy has pockets too.
But yeah, I know they've got money. I didn't know LAG did.
And Mark says an interesting point about Asim. He thinks he's better than Neptune. I agree. Asim is definitely, in my opinion, better than Nep. But I think Asim and Hook is not a good duo. I think Hook and Nep is a better duo than Asim and Hook. I don't think.
I'm sure they'll
I
test it
think-
out. They'll test it out in the new COD.
Yeah.
They'll see who's better at the game, who runs what.
See, I think they're going to try and get a replacement for. I think they're going to try and get. I don't think Spart is going to be on it. To be honest,
No.
I feel like they'll try and get like an attach instead as like a flex.
Yeah. See,
Is
we're
it-
yeah. We'll move on to that, but
Attach is from LA as well, like born in LA. So like, you could see him wanting to go to LA again.
yeah, people were saying that, weren't they?
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I think LAG, very smart move on their part, particularly because some of these contracts might not be so expensive. So
Yep.
definitely interesting. Then we have we obviously talked about New York already. Kismet, his option's been extended. Paul is kind of being held right now. He's not going to be on the starting roster, but they're just trying to keep on to him for the time being. Maybe use him as sub player or try and sell him on. Then Krim and Clay, free agents. Hydra, free agent, but we all know about the big bag he's going to get. Right, Vex, I have a proposition for you here, right?
Okay.
Give me your 4-man roster for New York that you want to see, but it has to obviously have Kiz and Hydra on it because they'll more than likely be on it. So who's your two joining Kiz and Hydra from the people that could join them, like logistically?
Well, we know Skies is joining, right? So are we including that?
Yeah, okay, I forgot about that. Who's going to be your fourth then?
So it's Kiz, Skies, and Hydra.
Yeah, so you probably need a flex or AR. It's going to be massive who they get because this roster needs a good fourth.
Yeah, we don't. Hang on. Let me.
I'll read the chat while I'll read the chat real quick.
Yeah.
Spider, welcome in. We're doing good. We're vibing out. Appreciate you tuning in live. Yeah, Harm. I'm not sure LAG have the money, but they definitely have the money in the org. They just don't like spending too much on contracts, so we'll have to see. Paul is attaching Havoc, says Mark. Vex, who you got?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say either attach.
Okay, that's probably who I pick.
Wake potentially.
Oh. But then you have Skies and Wake again.
Cammy could make a move.
Cammy, yeah, he'd be a Brit. Oh, Cammy and Skies, and then you got Hydra running in front, and you got Kiz doing all the dirty work.
Yeah, TJ maybe. TJ, I'm not.
I think TJ, like if you can't get one of the other,
it's like a last option.
Yeah.
But I'd say main options attach, Wake or Cammy. I think Cammy would do well.
I think they're like some of the top free agents at the moment. So for me, New York's going to be one of the most interesting teams. Who that fourth player is going to be, and if they decide to actually bring over Skies, if the whole contract works out. So New York, obviously, we saw all the stuff go on the last week. It's going to be interesting what pans out. And then we got OpTic. Yeah, we got OpTic Texas. Everyone's. I think at the moment everyone's technically extended in terms of like what the org has said. Like Hex said, they're all going to stick together. I think technically Illy and Shotzi they haven't been like signed yet.
No.
But for the most part, it's going to be the same four, and then Prolix in general are free agents just to see if they can get on another team because OpTic don't like holding people.
I think Hex just wants to see what this team's capable of without any setbacks. So I think they'll play for the first probably 2 majors with this team. If they don't see any results, then they'll probably make a change.
I think the only change you could see them making like before the game is if they somehow decided just to get Cammy again, like because they had interest in Cammy last year. But at the same time, you probably don't want to mess with their whole journey as a team right now. You know, Illy was out, now he's back. They had a top 4 at champs. They won the first event. The only event where Illy was like fully healthy, they won. Yeah. So it's just like you gotta run it back, and and on paper they're top 2-3 team. Like,
and look, Illy and Shotzi won MWII 2019, so they've got history on the engine that the game's been playing on.
Yeah.
Look, you've got half your team is had great potential or great success in the past, so I think they just have to run it out. See how it goes.
Yeah, actually, I kind of forgot about that. That's a great point, Vex. That Illy and Shotzi won the last MW title.
Yeah, they were nasty.
They won champs. I mean, Illy's probably your question mark on this roster, and going into a game that was probably definitely his best game of all time. Yep. So it's like, you got to run it back. So
people were saying swapping Cammy out for Illy, but I don't see that. I can't see that change happening.
No, I can't. I could see it happening like mid-season if they drop a bag for someone like Cammy. If they need someone, but like pre-season, like you said, no, I don't think it's happening.
Is Cammy really like all that to join OpTic? Like, I didn't think he was.
Oh God! Did you watch Cold War, Vex? You watched Cold War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was god on the map. He was like the best flex in the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just a wait and see. But for now, OpTic definitely gonna stick. And then Surge, we got Pred, Sib, Accuracy, and Mac. Everyone's options been extended. Classic's been put as a free agent, but they'll probably re-sign him as a sub if he doesn't get a spot. This team, the only change I could ever see being made is Accuracy. But honestly, I think their team culture, looking at some of their documentaries, I'm not sure if you've seen them, but they seem to have a great team culture and like believe in each other as a team. And they won an event, came top 3 at champs. If this team wants to stick, management, like coaches, everything, like you have to just let them ride it out. They deserve to stick as a 4.
Yeah, bro, they got so much potential. I mean, Sib and Pred, Mac as well, bro. I can't wait to see how this team plays next COD.
Ooh,
It's
interesting. What?
exciting.
Yeah, same. Look, Mark said bring in classic from Mac. That low key wouldn't be the worst shout in the world.
I mean, maybe if it's not working, but I want to see how Mac does on next COD. I want to see how he plays.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. So yeah, Seattle deserving to stick as a 4. Pred, he's an absolute lord on the map. No one touched him this year. Hopefully it's the same next year because watching that guy was great fun. Then we have Paris Legion, aka Vegas Legion, going into the next year. Temp's been extended. They're going to obviously have him on the minimum over there. Temp's going to be stuck unless he gets some big buyout, which Paris accept, which I'm not entirely sure what happened. And then everyone else is going to be free agents. They're all going to be challenger pit guys. Johnny, Jimbo, and Gravity. I don't see any of these guys getting a spot this year.
No, it'll be a fresh team. It'll be top challenger players that come on. I mean,
yeah.
I want to see some EU guys in there as well. Like
Wardy, come on,
Beans.
give Wardy a spot. Give Beans one of them, man. Come on.
Yeah, even temp sensor cap Dave. Well, it can't be Dave. Dave's on.
Florida, he's been extended.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I want to see like a really top challenger player. Challenger team.
I feel like if Clay or Krim doesn't get a spot, you could get like, let's just say a Clay Temp, like
Mohawk.
Wardy and
get Mohawk in, bro. He just won the challenger.
I'm not a big Mohawk guy. I don't know.
He's nasty. You gotta admit he's nasty.
He is, but like look at Gravity. Is like he came up and he was like decent, but he wasn't like a revelation or anything, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I just want to see like a really top tier challenger team.
Yeah, no, I'd be down as well. Just give them the mins, give them a go, and hopefully they get more than 20 points.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the last team.
Yeah,
Wait, go ahead.
exactly.
You got a little bit.
That's the goal in it.
That's the goal. You gotta get 30 this year. All right. So the last team, and for me, probably the most interesting one, just being you know, the European scene and everything like that. We got London. So the tweet's kind of weird. I don't really understand what they're saying. You have any more insight on it, Vex?
So it's really unclear at the minute. Afro is a free agent. Harry is team option.
Zero's definitely free agent.
Yeah, so Zero, Gizmo, and Nasty. It says unclear here, so I'm not sure what the current situation is. You said Zero is definitely a free agent?
Yeah, he announced it on.
Okay.
But I think all of them are. I think they all did. Don't think they signed 1+1s.
It would make sense. I mean, if this tweet is like it is, then they must be.
Yeah, exactly. And Johnny makes a good point that Chino's coming back to challengers. That could be a big mid-season player that you bring up if you're having problems, because Chino's he's a known quantity, but a known quantity mid-season is something that a team could go for. But anyway, all right, Vex, I have another one for you here. All right, give me your London 4-man roster off either the previous roster or free agents that could actually come into the team. Give me your 4-man roster, and I assume you have Afro in that 4.
Yeah, I want to see Afro, Bance, Cammy, and Gizmo.
Gizmo?
Yeah.
So you put Cammy on the main? And
Cammy main, Bance obviously sub,
Afro sub.
Giz flex, and Afro sub.
Yeah, I think that team would be disgusting. I mean,
who is it? Bance tweeted out, and then Gizmo replied with like, I think it was like 3 minions like holding hands or something.
Wait, did he? Is that tweet still there?
I can try find it. Yeah.
Have a quick look. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. This London team from last year, for me, that roster of 4 are never going to be a consistent top 4. They could definitely get top 4, but consistently, I don't think it's there.
Yeah.
I think Afro Bance for sure needs to be your sub duo if you're going to be trying to kind of improve and a bit more consistency. And then I would be okay with keeping Zero and bringing on Cammy. So then you'd have Zero main, Cammy flex. Like that, yeah. For me, my roster would be Zero, Cammy, Bance, and Afro. But even like the team you said, either of those teams are upgrades. I think, just in terms of like what you're going to get more consistently.
Just trying to find the tweet, but I think
He might have just
Might have
deleted it.
it. Yeah.
So,
But he definitely replied. He definitely replied with like a. Oh no, I've got it here. I've got it here.
sweet. Chuck me the link real quick.
So Bance tweeted out, Toronto has been fun, unrestricted FA for 2023 season.
Okay.
And then you kind of replied with that.
I see it.
So very subtle, but
Yeah, but it's like a team thing, you know. They're like fucking
yeah,
breaking
it's
off
a
or
very,
whatever.
very, yeah, very.
So
team thing.
yeah, so then you could see either Cammy being their main like you had, or Zero staying, which would be more cost effective, and then you'd have Zero, Giz, Afro, and Bance.
I don't know. I just can't see Bance and Zero being on the same team.
No, they won a championship together in IW. The only championship they've won, the only main one they've won.
I mean, look, if they're on the same team, that'd be kind of elite. I just can't see it happening. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But anyway, it's gonna be interesting. The London team, I expect them just to make some form of an upgrade. We'll have to wait.
I mean,
and
look,
see.
if they have Afro, if they have Bance, if they have Cammy, and who's the fourth? Who did I say?
You had Giz.
Afro.
No, you had Afro.
Yeah, Giz,
Giz,
Giz and Afro. If that's the team, then bro, hopefully they do well, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I just want the London squad to do so well, man. That's my team in it. So
Yeah, exactly. We all want to see. We all want to see him do well. So, wait, did we talk about Toronto?
no, is it not on the list?
No, it wasn't on the list. Toronto's the last one we missed. We'll just go through it real quick because we hit the 30-minute mark. So Toronto is who they got.
It's there,
right
bro.
now.
No, it's on the list. It's on the list.
It's on the list. 1 second, let me pull it
Let's
up.
just missed it.
Toronto. 2 seconds, guys. Toronto. Yeah, here it is. Ultra. All right, here we go. The Ultra one. So we got Insights Extended, Cammy game launch. So into the first 2 weeks, they're obviously looking to sell him on. Scrappy is game launch. They're probably open to offers, but they're more than likely going to keep him. Kleenex Extended and Hixie game launch as well, and then Bance free agent. So
I see.
Go ahead.
I see Insight, Scrappy, Kleenex, Hixie. That's the team that I see.
Say it again.
Cammy, Insight, Scrappy, Kleenex, Hixie.
Yeah, that's the rumored roster apparently, because Kleenex and Insight and Insight and Scrappy, I think, were playing games together recently, and I think Kleenex was there too. And then, so I think Insight, Scrappy, Kleenex is like the guaranteed trio.
Yeah.
And then Hixie's he's more than likely going to come in because of his thing with Scrappy this year in Challengers. I think the only way Hixie doesn't come in if they somehow snag a sub from somewhere else. But again, like you said, your roster is more than likely going to be the Ultra team.
So it's confirmed that Cammy's definitely leaving.
More or less, that's what everyone's saying.
Okay.
But they have him game launch extended because they're happy to pay his salary, because they expect to make more off selling him.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So that's going to be interesting, guys. That's the Rostermania for now. We should be back next Wednesday with another update. There should be a lot more going on. I think the 22nd is... Let me have a quick look. The 22nd is going to be when people can get signed officially, I think. So Wednesday would be a perfect day for a podcast. It'd be 2 days after that. We should have almost of the first initial announcements coming out. So yeah, shout out to everyone tuned in live, guys, over on the stream. And if you guys are watching the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. If you are new, we got more videos on the way coming up in this off season, and we will see you guys in the next one.